Gotta say, it's good to be back.
It's been a while since I've last uploaded, but anyway, here is my 1 second non-spoiler review of Spider-Man No Way Home. It's good. It's good. Now, before I get into spoilers, please go and watch the film, then come back. We'll have a discussion about it. If you have seen it, then stay around, and please say in the comments, did you like it? Did you not? Did it meet your expectations? Fall short? Exceed them even? Or was it just good and you really don't get the hype? Whatever it is, please tell me and put it in the comments, but make sure to put a spoiler warning because someone might not have seen it yet. Anyway, let's get into my spoiler review. Spider-Man No Way Home was everything I wanted it to be and more. A great Spider-Man story with heart and depth, with great action sequences and even greater fan service. Being in a cinema, surrounded by fellow Spider-Man fans in a packed theatre, all going crazy, was something I've never experienced before. Everyone just went crazy.
I felt like I was in the United States of America.
I can't exaggerate how good this film was. Hands down, the best film-going experience I've ever had in my life. And not just because the theatre was going absolutely nuts. The story is great. It opens straight off the hills from Far From Home. Peter's identity has been revealed by Mysterio. And life as he knows it is ruined, joining Shrek in the Life as They Know It Is Ruined club. He tries to escape the chaos, and this guy is diving like his life depends on it. Hope he stuck the landing because this man deserves his own spin-off. Over here diving for the Olympics. The opening is very fast-paced and hilarious like the rest of the movie. And Matt Murdock himself makes an appearance, which I was not expecting. His reveal was amazing. I haven't seen Daredevil yet. I was going to, I think 3 weeks before No Way Home released, but then Titan Season 3 released.
What? No, alright. I know that's...
I have started it and I know it's really good, so I'm really excited to see what they do with him in the MCU, and I'm even more excited to finish Daredevil. His inclusion was probably the best kept secret of this film. Peter seeks help from a sympathetic Doctor Strange to erase everyone's minds of his identity and Rise of Skywalker. I know it's low-hanging fruit, but it's fruit that needs to be picked and needs to be bashed to Kingdom Come. It goes horribly wrong, and this causes villains from different universes who know Peter's identity to come into his universe and wreak havoc. And I absolutely knew that they were going to be taken mid-film, with the exception of Sandman. We saw it in the trailers, but Doc Ock's appearance was amazing. Alfred Molina is so good and menacing in the role. He brings just such energy to the role that you wouldn't know it's been 16 years since he's last played it. It was amazing. The bridge battle was so good. They teased Green Goblin. They didn't give us a fight just yet, but it was so good. And the way the characters interact with each other, it's so perfect. You actually believe that they're from their different universes. I just wish that they maybe balanced them a bit better. I mean, they all get their time to shine, apart from Lizard. I would have liked to see Lizard have more of a role other than just being there. Willem Dafoe completely steals the show as Green Goblin. I love how he first seeks help at the Feast Center and really gives Peter motivation to try and save the villains instead of sending them back, which naturally causes a fight with Doctor Strange, which is okay. The fight is good. It's honestly nothing special, but it's good nonetheless. The condo scene was something else. I can't even describe how insane it was. It was so good. The choreography, the emotion, the stakes. It was just so good. Most of the fight was between Peter and Goblin, and you can feel every single punch and kick and swing, and it all feels very personal. Peter just not holding back against Goblin, him saving every single punch, taking a page out of the playbook of the Joker. Oh, it was so good. And the fight reaches an emotional high with Aunt May dying.
I'm much sadder than the rest of you. I'll figure out why later.
For me, this made the film just a genuinely great Spider-Man film because Peter's lost it all and he genuinely wants to kill Green Goblin. It's a side of him we've never seen before. I love this theme in films where the hero is going to lose themselves, but right at the last second they're able to bring themselves back. Especially anything Spider-Man related, because he's such a hopeful character. So seeing this side of Spider-Man, especially this Spider-Man, it was incredible. It makes the final fight even better and much more emotional. When Andrew and Toby came through the portal, oh my god, it was so cool. I was literally screaming.
My emotions! My emotions!
Garfield's introduction was hilarious. And Maguire's one was so good. The way they interacted with each other, going back and forth, it was cinematic perfection. It was amazing. We all sort of knew they'd be in it, but I denied it for the longest time. I didn't think they were going to be in it at all. And the fan edits were so exhausting that even if they were in it, I wouldn't care because I was like so desensitized to the idea of it, and a lot of the fan edits were pretty decent. So I was just completely like, I thought, if this happens, I'm not gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna go like, oh wow, it's cool, but like we kind of already knew it was gonna happen. I could not be more wrong. When the teaser came out, it was pretty pointless denying it with the first look at Doc Ock. I wasn't fully convinced, but then when the trailer came out and Doctor Strange's line where he says, they're starting to come through and I can't stop it, I was completely sold. 99% confident that they were going to show up. And oh my god, I'm so glad they did, because I was honestly blown away. This was no doubt the worst kept secret in all of Hollywood, and that warrants a whole other video on it. I honestly hated the fact that even the celebrities were teasing the free Spider-Man being on screen. It was just like, it would have been so much better to go into the cinema and have no idea that the other Spider-Man would be in it. That would have been so much better. But honestly, no real complaints. It was so perfectly done. It was amazing. I've said it so many times, but it just was. Seeing them talk about their web shooters as they manufacture cures was just a whole new level of cool. I felt like I was watching a cartoon. The little references they added, like Toby's back hurting and Andrew being amazing, it was so on the nose, but it was so perfect. Peter and Goblin round 2 was intense beyond belief. Peter being that brutal was actually kind of scary, and seeing Maguire and Garfield having to step in and stop him, it was so well done. Maguire getting stabbed was completely unnecessary. I'm glad he didn't die, because I heard test audiences didn't react well because the original ending was for Maguire to die, and I'm really glad they didn't go with that, because the whole point of that fight is it's about May, and taking it away from that to focus on Maguire, it just wouldn't make sense. Not even a little bit. So I'm really glad they didn't do that. The ending is literally perfect, with him keeping his identity a secret. It literally could not have ended a better way. And the new suit is pretty good. It reminds me of the Mark IV armor suit from the PlayStation 4 game, because it is really shiny, but it's still pretty good. I don't like the new symbol that much. I'm sure it will grow on me as time goes on. I've always been a fan of the longer legs, and it has longer legs, so it's pretty good. The final swing was nothing special. It was fine, but yeah, the ending was perfect. Also, the score is nothing in particular special. It's good. It's very good, but it didn't blow me away. And the inscription on May's grave was from the PlayStation 4 game, so that was pretty cool. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wasn't it all just fan service?
New.
Is it really that good? Yeah! There were 2 moments in this film where it stopped being fan service and became my favourite Spider-Man film of all time. Those 2 moments were Aunt May dying and Peter not holding it back against Goblin. It just made the film feel so much more grounded and personal. It elevated the film to a level beyond fan service, beyond just a crowd pleaser. Spider-Man No Way Home surpassed my expectations in every conceivable way. It delivered amazing fan service, great performances, had the big emotional weight missing from Tom Holland's Spider-Man films, and had fantastic fight scenes that tested the strength and morality of our hero. My only minute complaint is that I wish they spent more time fighting the villains. It is not only my favourite Spider-Man film of all time, but my favourite Marvel film of all time, and one of my favourite films of all time. Spider-Man No Way Home is a 9 out of 10. Really quickly before I go, the cinema I was in was amazing. The film hadn't even started, and I kid you not, we were already screaming. There was a row of 20-year-olds in front of us, and one of them said sway or swing, and one of them thought they said see, which if you don't know is a meme where Cristiano Ronaldo celebrates a goal by saying see. Very highbrow humour. And the whole cinema erupted into saying see. 20 seconds into the movie, and we were still going. So see became a collective shut up. it was so funny. Our theatre must have cheered 5 or 6 times. Doc Ock showed up. We cheered. Goblin showed up. We cheered again. Even though it was showed in the trailer, we still cheered. Maguire and Garfield came through the portals. And we cheered twice. And not gonna lie, I held both of my friends' hands.
That's canon.
When Garfield came through the portal, everyone was like, yeah, yeah, woo! Everyone was screaming. And then when Maguire came through, our screams were louder. We were like, yeah, pumping our fists in the air, singing, hoorah! We did it, boys, we did it. Then they all started swinging, and that was our last hurrah. Then I'm not sure if there was another cheer, and if there was, it was a much quieter cheer when Andrew saved MJ. It was really quiet, and it was more of an R, I think, but it was absolutely breathtaking. I love this film. And the end credits scene with a little bit of symbiote being left behind, that was really, really cool. I can't wait to see what they do with that. I hope it doesn't take on the behavior of Tom Hardy's Venom, because Tom Hardy's Venom is extremely goofy, so I hope they don't take that angle in the college trilogy that they're doing. But yeah, I cannot wait for them to do Venom, because then we've got the potential to have 2 amazing adaptations of Venom, both in Spider-Man 2, the PlayStation 4 sequel game coming out, and Tom Holland's next trilogy. All I have left to say is make the Amazing Spider-Man 3. I've been Darth Fodder, you've been watching Darth Fodder Movie Reviews, and I'll see you later.